Now, perhaps what is very important to state is what actually drew me to study the selection environment of auto ID techniques. And if we have a look at the literature I reviewed, on the green axis you can see the actual theoretical studies and frameworks that were used to understand new innovations. And on the blue axis you can actually see those studies starting from barcode in the 1970s up until auto ID collective studies in the mid-1990s. The gap in research has been closing, and what you'll find is that my thesis actually fills the gap between the theory of new innovations, and I've chosen the systems of innovation framework, which looks at the auto ID industry as a whole, and also the progressive changes in the auto ID environment, starting from barcode, magnetic stripe, smart card, biometrics, RFID tags, and finally chip implant studies. Prior to the 1970s, as we stated, there were manual ID techniques. Now, it's important to state, how are these auto ID techniques relevant to electronic commerce? Well, in society we have a myriad of electronic commerce applications at the moment. You can look at and find barcodes on supermarket store items. You can look at magnetic stripe cards, which allow the transfer of government benefits. You could also have smart cards used in place of cash to purchase goods and services. Fingerprint biometric devices used to bypass immigration officials at airports, to the fact that RFID tags can be used for monitoring low-risk prisoners serving their sentence from home. So what we're finding is a permeation of all these auto ID techniques in electronic commerce applications, and without that starting point of ensuring that identification or verification is achieved, then you could not possibly have electronic commerce applications functioning properly. So the first step in any electronic commerce application is identification or authorization or verification, whatever you want to call that process, checking that the person who's putting their card into the ATM machine, for example, is the person that they state they are.